Namaste dear students. I think all of you are in good health and be safe at home. Today's science bio class we continue the chapter 3 fiber to fabrics. Last class we studied about wool fibers and processing fibers into wool. Today we come to know about another animal fiber, silk. The exact time of discovery of silk is perhaps unknown. According to an old Chinese legend, the empress Xi Lung Qi found the cause of the damaged leaves of mulberry trees growing in the garden, and she also noticed that they were spinning shiny cocoons around them. Accidentally, a cocoon dropped into her tea, and a delicate thread separates from the cocoon. So it believed that silk industry began in China. Later on, silk route will spread all over our country. First, it's necessary to know the interesting life history of silk moth. Silk is a gift from this silk moth. The female silk moth lays eggs on a mulberry leaves from which hatch larvae. Worm-like structures are called caterpillars or silkworms. They grow in size and when the caterpillar is ready to enter the next stage of its life history called as pupa. It's a sessile time. It doesn't move and start developing the organs. In this resting phase, it first weaves a net to hold itself. Then it swings its head from side to side in the form of figure 8. During these movements of the head, the caterpillar secretes fibers made of a protein which hardens on exposed to air and become silk fibers. Soon, in resting phase, only the caterpillar completely covers itself by silk fibers and turns into pupa. This covering is known as cocoon. The further development of pupa into moth continues inside the cocoon. After hatching, the baby moth flew away from the cocoon. This is the life cycle of moth. Rearing silkworm in large scale is the cultivation of silkworms to produce silk. This silk forming is called as sericulture. A female silk moth lays hundreds of eggs at a time. The eggs are stored carefully on strips of cloth or paper and sold to silk farmers. The farmers keep these eggs under suitable conditions for the larvae to hatch from the egg. The larvae called caterpillar or silkworms eat day and night and increases enormously in size. The larvae are kept in clean bamboo trays along with freshly chopped mulberry leaves. In resting period, they move to a tiny chamber of bamboo and to spin cocoons. A pile of cocoons is used for obtaining silk fibers. The cocoons are kept under the sun or boiled or exposed to steam. The silk fibers separates out. The process of taking out threads from the cocoons for use of silk is called as reeling the silk. Reeling is done in special machines which unwind the threads or fibers of silk from the cocoons. The raw silk is spun in a delicate way. The silk yarn then yield is different in textures. They are tashar silk, mugha silk, kosa silk, and most common silks is mulberry silks. Silk fibers are then spun into silk threads which are woven into silk cloths by weavers, and India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale, and India also ranks among the leading silk producing countries. With this, we come to the end of the lesson. I think all of you understood the topic. Next class, we start the exercise work. Okay? Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.